A Bronx teen may have stabbed two classmates because he was bullied. Police say 18-year-old Abel Cendeno stabbed the students yesterday at their high school. One of those boys died. The other is now in critical condition. Investigators say Cendeno told them he had been harassed. Family and friends say he agreed. They say he was bullied.
My message to all my fellow parents is that you should know how intensely the NYPD works every day, including, of course, everyone at school safety and everyone at the Department of Education to protect our children. And all of us are feeling this tragedy very personally because we know it is our mission to protect every child.
Cendeno has been charged and is on a suicide watch while he is in jail. The facts really still are coming in on this case, but the suspect, as I mentioned there, reported that he was being bullied. We know that there are many children across the country going through the same thing. We wanted to try and explore if there's help out there for those that are suffering from this. Joining me now is bullying expert Titania Jordan. She's the Chief Parenting Officer of Bark. It's an app that helps parents monitor their kids' online activity. And Titania, I was doing a little reflecting after looking at this story. And I know when this happens, the knee-jerk reaction for parents is, I have to know everything my kid's doing. I've got to make sure I understand what's going on with him. This can't happen to my kid. I can't let my kid be the bully. I can't let them be bullied. But there's only so much a parent really can do, right?
That's true. I mean, think about it. When you were a teenager, you know, your parents didn't know everything you were doing. And it's impossible to spot check every single thing your children are doing, both in person and online. That's why we created Bark, because parents don't have time to comb through all of those messages, social media messages, direct messages, text, memes, GIFs, all of it. It's too much.
Are there warning signs typically that can raise red flags?
Yes. So if your child seems angry, upset, anxious, or agitated after being on the internet or being on a device, there's a red flag right there. If you inquire about it and they are hesitant to hand over a device, there's another warning flag. Also, typical warning signs with any sort of issue affecting your children, change in appetite, change in behavior, change in grades. You've got to pay attention because this issue is not going away.
Well, the hard thing is, too, is often kids are a little withdrawn when they are going through something like that, and they get kind of good at masking, right? They get good at sort of, I don't mean to say this, but almost in a way a double life. The kiddo at home and the kiddo you have to be to survive at school.
Yes, because nobody wants to deal with mom and dad, right? And they don't want mom and dad to think it's a big deal when it is, and they certainly don't want to get involved in online drama. So that's why it's so important to have ongoing conversations with your children. You know, you can't just have a one-and-done conversation about cyberbullying with your children. It needs to be part of your daily conversation, and not only prying into their lives, but maybe bring it up because it's easier for them to talk about what's going on in their friends' lives.
Well, it makes me, when I look at this young man, the reports are that he, you know, they say that he was a different kid. He liked different kind of music and dressed differently than the other kids, and that, you know, he had been reportedly, you know, bullied over time. I think about all of the people that came into contact with that young man. It's not just the parents. No. It's not just the teachers. And it's not just the friends. It's sort of, it needs everybody rowing in the same direction, right?
Yes. If you see something, say something. If you're a parent, if you're an administrator, if you are not a friend of the child, but you see it happening to them, we all have to take ownership for it. It is so, so sad, and it is so, so prevalent. And we can't let this reach epidemic levels like it is.
Okay, quickly before we leave people, maybe they have somebody at home that's dealing with this. What's a good piece of advice they can take as takeaway today?
Yes, so if you're being bullied, please speak up. Do not be afraid to speak up. If you are the bully, stop. Please get help. If you're the parent of a child who you think may be bullied, talk to them. Encourage your children not to engage, block, unfriend, report, and keep evidence. Make sure you take a screenshot or save the email because you might need to report it to authorities.
Titania, I'm so glad that folks like you are out there in support of these kiddos. It was tough when we came up, girl. I don't know how the kiddos are doing it nowadays with all these extra things. We need to just be alert and be there and stand in solidarity with them. Thanks for joining us, Titania.
Thank you.